to the orientation. This is Spelling 32, the online course that you're going to be taking. This is the book you're going to be buying, and it comes with 2 discs. Okay, and I'm going to talk about the book and the disc, and what you need to do online, and what you need to do in the book, and all that. I made some notes for myself, so make sure I give you everything. The workbook, you do have to do all the work in the workbook, and I would suggest that you put the disc in your computer first, and I'll show you what's on the disc in a minute, and you listen to the presentation that I do. I recorded actual classes when I was teaching them, so you can listen to that, so it's like you're getting an actual lesson as though you were in the class. Listen to that, then do the work in the workbook, then go online, and once you get online, then there's practice tests and there's games and all kinds of other things to help you to learn the words. The book starts fairly easy, and then as you go through it, it gets more and more difficult as you go through the book. So if the first couple of chapters you say, oh, this is too easy for me, it's going to get harder, okay? If the first couple of chapters you say, this is pretty hard, it's going to get harder, you know? So just remember that. It is progressively going to get more difficult as you go through the book. And I would suggest that you do about 2 to 3 chapters a week. You know, you're going to have to pace yourself, because you have, I think most of you have 8 weeks to finish it. Some people have 10 weeks. It depends on which section you're in, but that's generally what it is. And in the future, we'll probably, in the summer, we'll offer it in 16 weeks. So you have to look at how many weeks you have to complete the book. There's 16 chapters in the book. They do get progressively more difficult. So in the beginning, you might want to try to do 2 or 3 chapters a week, and then towards the end, maybe you'll only be able to handle 1 chapter a week. So, you know, take advantage of the easy stuff in the beginning. I'm going to put the disc in next and show you what's, well, let me show you how to log into WebCT. That'd be the first thing you're going to need to know. So, you go to your computer and you find your link to the internet. On this one, it happens to be Internet Explorer, so I would click on the big blue E. At home on your computer, it might be something else, but I'm sure you all know how to do that. And you go up to the address bar, and you click in there and you type in www.mjc.edu, and then push the enter key. That will get you to this page. Okay, once you're on this page, you want to click on online courses, and I'm gonna put this video up on YouTube and maybe on SchoolTube as well. On YouTube, you go type in Professor Scheg and you'll find it. On SchoolTube, you type in just my last name, Scheg, S-C-H-E-G, and you'll find it. So I'm going to try and put it both places, but it all depends. It takes a little while to edit sometimes. Online courses, and you're going to get something that looks like this. You're going to put your W number in. It has to be a lowercase w followed by whatever number you were given. And then your birthday without the 1900. So if you're born May 12, 82, you'd put 051282. Alright, and then you click login. And of course that's not a real one, so it's not going to take it, but mine is a little bit different. I put my name in. And then click login. Now, the first time you do this, it's going to ask you to change your password. And I can't show you that screen because mine won't go to that screen. I already have gone through that. But it's going to ask you to change your password. So you're going to put in your W number again, the password that got you in, and then you're going to create a new password. Whatever password you create, be sure you write it down. Don't lose it, because I won't know what it is. You can always call the help desk and they'll help you to figure it out again, but you want to avoid that if you can. So it's going to ask you to create a new password. You create your new password, write it down, and then you log back in again. You go completely out and come back in, log back in again. And then you're going to get a screen that's going to show you all the online courses that you're taking. And your screen, I'm going to go to, you're going to be Spelling 32. Actually, not that one, though. You're in 1751 right here, okay? So 1751, or whatever your course number happens to be. And you're going to get a screen that, in the student view, would look like this, okay? You want to read these files before you begin the class. Now, you can just click on it. These are the files I sent to everybody through email, so you should have read them already, but if you didn't, they're also online. And it tells you, welcomes you to Spelling 32, it gives you a syllabus so you understand what's required in the course, and it tells you how to do the practice test and more. That third one is really important, so that you kind of print that out and have it right next to you when you start doing practice tests so you know how to do them. You can click on course content to go back to that main screen. There's games in here. These games right here accidentally got placed there, and I don't know how to get them off that screen, so don't worry about those. But your games are in here in this folder. There's games for almost every chapter, and I'll just pick chapter 1 because that's where you're going to start. You have flashcards, which you can download to your iPod, your cell phone, or any device that has picture capability, that will take a picture file. And it should tell you how to do it on here. It should come up in a second, but it looks like it's struggling. Here it comes. Okay, so these would be your new spelling words. This word, you would have studied the words already before you come and try to do this, right? But rest or release from something unpleasant, then you click flip card and it would be relief. And then you go to the next one. A person who steals. We all know that's a thief. So you might want to even think T-H-I-E-F, right? And then flip the card. And there you go. So I've created those cards. If you go out of that, actually, if you start with a glossary too, that also will have all the words in that chapter. Anything that's in white means there's words underneath it. So there's achieve, also defines it, believe and brief, okay? There's a bunch more. So the glossary contains all the words. I showed you flashcards. Pick a letter. I'm not as crazy about this particular game, but it creates all these games out of one file for me. And so to trick or create a false impression, you just start clicking on what you think it might be, and if you hit the right ones, it'll give it to you. I don't remember what the word is. Oh, it gives us a bunch of E's here. Trick, deceive. Starting to get it there towards the end. And so, you know, if you've studied the words already and you're familiar with what's in that chapter, it'll be a lot quicker than that. And then you go to the next question. The next one is fill in the blank. This one I like the best. I think this would be the best. The top area of a room is the ceiling, so you type in C-E-I-L-I-N-G. Hopefully that's what you type in. Click enter. It says it's correct. You go on to the next question, and it scores your total points over here. Okay. A villain or a criminal would be probably a thief. I-E-F. Enter. Oh, it's the wrong word. What else would be a villain or a criminal? Oh, a fiend. F-I-E-N-D. So it wasn't the word thief. It would be F-I-E-N-D. Fiend. Click enter. Now we have it correct. We can go on. Okay? So that's how that one works. Matching. You get the definition and you match it with the right word. Major topic of study or a parcel of land used for planting crops, and that would be a field, like a field of study, right? Or a field. And then you go to the next question. A high-pitched and annoying sound would be a shriek. Okay, next question. And that's how that one works. I like that a lot. I think that's a good one. And then there's a crossword. To accept something, and then you type in what you think is the word. If you type in the wrong letter, it will tell you have an incorrect letter there. These games are optional. You don't have to do these games online, but it would really benefit you to do them so you know whether you know the words or not, especially the one where you type the word in. And the puzzles, I think, are the most helpful. And then you'll know whether you're ready to take the midterm or the final when you get to that point. So I think these games are really helpful. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you while we're in here? If there's any announcements, they'll pop up when you log in. If I have an announcement for you, which I did put a couple in here already, when you log in, they'll pop up on the screen, so you can read those.